Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday to one and to all. Perhaps it is Wednesday, depending upon where you are on the globe. Always an opening, at least I try to. Please make yourselves a round of applause for making it to and through another day, because as we know, that's not a blessing that just a little bit. So greetings to those who have reached out to actually have me speak about, since the announcement of this takeover, and I'll just say that, is there a presence of the National Guard, of Metropolitan Police? Make some things clear. I've seen a lot of content creators, and I was speaking to one last night. Good conversation, and some interesting things happened during I was doing some paperwork. And a lot of content creators are getting their stories from the news, which is fine. However, unless you're actually here in DC, you may or have even thought about. So prior to this take records and again on this, Muriel, so to me, again, if this is accurate, says a lot. A lot of people were showing clips. Council member of Ward 8 Trayon White, who stating that can come in and help because the police aren't in a loop over and over and over. Left out the part that last year in August, 8 was arrested for perhaps, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, forgot mention is Violence Interrupted program was one of the ones that was targeted. Um, the issue, the allegation for contracts earmarked it. More to the story than a lot of people truly last night, and they didn't upload here, so give me a quick second. Now I have some upload them, but for some reason it doesn't look like it wants to go through. I will try it. If not, you're going to have to go to my page. But there definitely is a presence. But last night, as I said, I was actually in my vehicle doing please make sure that you double type. I'm sorry, double tap and share if you like. But that homeless man who confronted Metropolitan Police Department been under the weather, but I've still been working. I noticed that this man obviously on, and I kid you not, I when I say you can almost McDonald's, and it's actually a popular McDonald's. Right across the street from the Department of Education, and down the street there's a house armed. They went in front of the McDonald's. They hooked a left, Second Street. Now, for those of you that know anything about certain laws, in DC, if you relieve yourself, meaning you do number one or number two, in most cases, it's considered a crime. It can fall under disorderly conduct, definitely on the phone with someone who has been on my panel plenty of times, and I told him, please call the man. So again, that could be considered disorderly conduct and indecent exposure to me and others. And again, this happened maybe 20 minutes after armed, please understand this, armed, there are cameras in that area. And as I said, he obviously had some issues that he was going through. The clip I just showed you, and again, I did a live on this two shorts. Jail time possibly could be assessed. So the goal is to have these officers here, these troops here, may or may not. We shall see. Just giving you a peek into some. There's a short on my page where there's a silent protest. And what I mean by that is, and one of the signs on my short has a lot to do with, and there was a homeless man in his cart, and again there were several signs. That Caucasian homeless man is a veteran. Signs and boxes were outside of, again, steps away from the White House. So that says a large population. There's a homeless population right outside a federal building. Actually, there was a couple of visitors. The exchange was not pretty. Validity of that. But now I know they've thrown up some mugshots. And of course, as I've mentioned, yes, there's crime, but there's crime everywhere. It's to the goal that what I just PD officers, again, it's on my live. They show exchange in a verbal fisticuffs. They I don't believe that they saw him believe himself. The situation could have turned ugly because he was outside of the restaurant while the officers were inside. He actually went inside for Jabber. Again, the officers did not engage Well, that was probably a crisis actor. Um, I don't know a would do number two on a public street, knowing wanted to touch on really quickly the presence of these, and I've been around federal buildings and the White House. I don't know how many neighborhoods they've been into. Now, I will say this. Adams Morgan and those of you from Washington, D.C., and there's possibly a large number of, and when you see that clip, that's in Columbia Heights, that's in Adams Morgan. I've been going live since this has come up. I've been in Upper Northwest. I was out there the night they had the checkpoint on 14th Street. We're not, and I repeat, we're not people of color. Past H Street on Northwest, there was a small police presence, not really a large one, but there were Caucasian people out there and getting their sources from the mainstream media. But what I'm saying is, I'm actually out. There are um, some serious crime, and at all, none at all. So it's really, really, really funny to me. And thank you for that donation. I appreciate that. Reached out more accurate information from people that are out there doing the work. and showing you those it's as simple as that. I've been to every being said. Another thing I wanted to bring up, and this is very important. Keep in mind, these are just my thoughts and opinions. Some people might get upset and call me a conspiracy theorist, but I am not. Takeover. I was out there. I was out there in front of the White House. And there were a lot of people from all over the world there protesting and signs and opinions from both sides. My theory is, and I've always said this, thorough, meticulous research. But keep in mind, this home rule is for 30 days. And our president claims almost a month mentioned several times from a intel side. Has there been chatter? And what I mean by that was chatter in August 6th, close to a month. PDB and items of importance, and that is very important. He's briefed about that. Do your research in 11 and else. If there's a possibility, is there a correlation there are a lot of things that are going on that people, this one P films, how are you? Is supposed to be what purpose of these troops. My shorts page on the shorts, because I don't think this is going to allow me to do this. I know that every time I put up um, Trump's photo or I go live about him, something happens. So again, I'm not really surprised, but I just wanted to show again if I'm able, and I may not be, but again, they're on my page. If truly the issue is crime, and yes, it begs to wonder how and why um, nothing happened. And I'm glad that it didn't as it relates to the police department. Armed National Guard, Washington, D.C. So judge for yourself. Again, I am not poo pooing, and no pun intended, on the work that anyone is doing or has done. But also keep in mind, please keep in mind that things may not be, things may not be what some of you believe are, are being told or shown. See for yourself and then base your thoughts and observations on that. So that is my time for now. Everyone, please be safe, be well, and be healthy. And again, be cognizant and ask questions and pay attention. Thank you for tuning in. Bye bye for now.